What's up, party people in the place to be? This is the beginning of maybe something new, maybe something not. I don't really know. All I know is it's too hot to skate still. Unbelievable because it's late October. I'm dying. It's killing me, right? Um, you just can't go outside. It's too hot. It's like 90 degrees. There's no skating for me. Um, Here we go. We're watching Tiago Lemos's part, and we're going to follow it up with a skateboarder that I think influenced his style a little bit. We'll get to that person when we get there, but maybe that's what we'll do in the future. When there's a new part, we'll watch it, and then we'll move into like, where do I think this came from? You know, what are kind of the roots of this video part? I think Tiago is he's just an incredible skateboarder. He does all the tricks I want to see. Lots of great switch heel flips, lots of great, really tall switch crooked grinds, which is like a trick that I just think is like a perfect looking trick. So let's go ahead and get started here. We're looking for Tiago Lemos's City Soldier. All right, here we go. Let's check it out. Audio is muted because I don't know. Everyone mutes audio, I think, because it like shuts your channel down. You get copyright strikes. So let's just check it out. Of course, we got the Thrasher logo. Everyone's video parts are on Thrasher nowadays, or Free Skate Mag, Jenkum. Right off the bat, that Castell colorway, that brown with black sole, big switch crooks with a big switch ollie to a hill bomb. Like I said, switch crooks, you just can't, he's got them. They're the best. Little nollie half cab with a switch big spin. You know, he was one of the first people that I remember seeing like wearing the baggy pants again. You know, it kind of felt like that had fallen off and everyone was kind of like dressing like an adult, you know, like they were going to like some sort of like software tech company thing, like really tall high waters with like I don't know, tall high waters with khakis on and things like that. And he was one of the first people that I saw bringing the baggies back. That switchback lip, switch varial heel, just like I said. You know, he just has such a good pop, and I hope wherever he's skating it's cold because he's always wearing the cool jackets. I mean, there's another one. Switch heel over the trash can. Looked like the Love Park trash can. Nollie backside heel, and he's got that fakey hard flip, which is a must. You know, Tiago just like, if you look at like the colors he wears too, he's like bright color shirt, you know, like dark pants, and he's got the khaki cargos. It really is like the clothes that we would have worn in like the early 2000s. And I think that's one of the reasons, I mean, aside from his skating, that it's like so fun to watch him because he's just like got kind of a classic skateboarding look. Big switch tail. Jeez, that was huge. We'll rewind and take a look at some of these. Big switch frontside flip. He's got a good switch frontside flip. You know, I can switch frontside flip, but you know, I think the thing about Tiago I like is everything is popped like really high, right? Like he's not necessarily doing some like of course it is difficult, right? But it's not like a Shane O'Neill 360 flip nose slide manual crooks kick flip. You know, it's like it's a really solid hard trick popped really high and done really well. Big switch backside 50-50. Jeez, that was huge. You got a nollie cab flip nose manual or fakie manual. This big switch front board. Look at those cuffed pants. Nothing more 2000 than the dark blue jeans with the cuffed bottom. Big switchback nose grind revert, nollie flip crooks. Man, I want to be wherever he is because he's always wearing a sweatshirt, and I haven't not worn gym shorts and a t-shirt in like it feels my whole life. Let's check out some of these tricks. I mean, right off the bat, we should probably check out this curved ledge right here. Look at this thing. Incredible ledge. It doesn't look like it's much higher than like maybe a foot, but look at this. It's like almost half a circle. And he's got a fakie 5-0 or down, I guess, fakie crooks or whatever you want to call it. Switchback, Smith, pop out. This one was cool. The kickflip was sick, but this one right here. Nollie backside 180, fakie crooks, revert. Jeez. I mean, look how tall that thing is. I mean, here's his knee, here's the ledge. So it's like probably right where his like fold of his cargo pant is right here. So it's probably like about like just below his like I don't know, quad muscle, which is like, I mean, crazy. I'm struggling popping on curves. This dude can just like pop super high. Nollie backside 180 was huge. I really love this switch flip. I was thinking how cool it would be because if you look at this, how high up he is, right here, if you look at this, his board is as tall as this ledge behind him. So it just makes you wonder if like he feels like he's ever like he, well, it makes you wonder if he ever thought about doing a switchback to backside tail slide on this ledge. I mean, obviously I don't know what this ledge looks like, but it seems like it would be really cool and it would be something he would do because he pops really high and he does really tall switch tricks. It just seems like a no-brainer that like a really cool switch backside tail from this angle onto it to drop would just be really cool. He's got like the Rick Howard flannel t-shirt on or flannel button up that's just like so reminiscent of that time. You got big switch tail. Here's where we start getting a little bit cooler. We got a really big switch front board, but look at those cuffed pants. Whew. About like I'd say sophomore year of high school, I was wearing a lot of baggy blue jeans with the cuffed pants, and that was mostly because of the next video part we're going to watch, which I think directly influenced Tiago Lemos' skating and really would surprise me if it didn't. So let's check that out. We're going to go with, maybe you guessed it, Anthony Pappolardo, Photosynthesis, 2000, Alien Workshop. Probably the best Alien video in my opinion. Love Park was just on top of the world then. Anthony Pappolardo was just like kicking it off. He was just so good. Lakai was on top of the world at this point too, and he was on Lakai and DC, and he was just killing it. I wish he would have kept going. He did some other video parts. He did Foley Flared. He had a chocolate video part that was really short. And his skating kind of changed from ledges and stuff like that. It kind of adapted to like more city skating, which you see in New York nowadays. But there it is, cuffed pants. You can see the influence of Anthony Pappalardo and Tiago Lemos too. It's like, aside from the baggy pants, like just trick selection, right? Got a lot of nose grinds, got a lot of like shoves, got a lot of 180s, a lot of, and mostly like a lot of switch tricks, right? There's a switch 5-0 revert on that famous ledge in New York. We got a backside 180, fakie 5-0 revert, nose grind shove. I mean, no one was doing that. And then this huge nollie half cap. I mean, good Lord. Doesn't get crazier than that. Nollie heel. When this video part came out, my friend and I, Dubs, we watched it repeatedly over and over and over. Some of the standouts that I always think about, like to this day, one is this Pop Shove It nose manual. And this is where like the cuffed pants like really struck my brain. Tiago is wearing those cuffed pants. And although a lot of people were doing it, you can see it right here. He's got the big dark pants with the cuff on the bottom. That was just kind of like the uniform of like East Coast skating at that time. It just looked really good. Another person who did this a lot was Mark Appleyard. He had a lot of cuffed pants, and it just looked so cool at the time, especially coming off like what I felt like I was really influenced heavily by Zero, so wearing a lot of Dickies and stuff like that. Just getting a little bit more fresh, less hesh seemed really fun. And you know, directly after this, we ran into like the paint on your pants situation, which unfortunately I fell victim to for at least one pair of pants. It didn't last very long because I found them to be incredibly uncomfortable and hot. But I look back at this time in skateboarding and the baggy pants were just so much cooler. But you got that Pop Shove It nose manual, revert, really nice backside nose grind pop out, which is still a great looking trick. And one of the other ones that stood out to me, like that I still think about to this day, is this one right here. We're going to put it in slow-mo. Let's pause this thing. Slow-mo this all the way down as slow as it gets. Probably the most perfect nollie 180 or nollie half cab ever done. You know, his back foot comes off a little bit as it rotates, or his front foot, but it just looks so good on this like 7.5 inch board. It's incredible that we used to skate those things. Blue DCs, you got the like army green pants, the red shirt, but like you can almost see Tiago wearing those exact same things, right? It just seems like there's like a direct line of influence in that Tiago has kept up through like his whole, like, I guess you'd call it career, right? Um, that he's always been influenced by these early 2000s looks and styles and trick selection. And it's just really cool to see him still doing that and like kind of like progressing in that way. I just think that you can see that through line from like Anthony Pappolardo and guys that were doing those things in the early 2000s to Tiago. And it just, I don't know, it just makes the skating a little more interesting to me as like a fan of that time period growing up then and then seeing it now. But yeah, maybe a new series, maybe not. I think what we'll do is like a new video part that I'm interested in that I think is cool that you should watch. We'll watch it and then maybe do an old video part after to kind of show that like through line of like where the influence might have come from or what I see and maybe my own history in that. But thanks for tuning in. I hope you're out there petting your dogs, giving your cats a scratch, drinking a lot of water, and telling your family and friends you love them. Life is short. Do what you love, and just have a great day. Until next time, everyone.